Hey guys. So I know you weren't expecting to see me today because you have a sub, but surprise! I'm recording this lesson for you anyways because I care about you. So we're going to be talking about what your actual personal narrative assignment is going to be this semester. So far, we've been talking about the different parts of a personal narrative using Plot Mountain and storytelling and all of that. So we're going to talk a little bit about your actual assignment. Let me move myself out of the way of the prompt. So, over the next few weeks, we will be going through the writing process, writing personal narratives, and you will choose one of the following prompts. So, your first option is to think about a time when you were embarrassed. I mean, like really embarrassed. Face beat red, possible tears, really embarrassed. You're going to tell me what happened. How did it feel? What were you thinking? What did people say? You've used descriptive language and imagery. I want you to show me your story. I should be able to see it in my brain when I'm reading it. And then tell me, what lesson did you learn from your experience? Or you can do option 2, which is think about a time when you were scared. I mean, really scared. Like, I'm going to pee my pants scared. What happened? How did you feel? What were you thinking? What did people say? Remember using dialogue? Use descriptive language, again, that imagery. Show me. I want to see your story in my brain when I read it. And then what lesson did you learn from your experience? And if you choose option 1, don't worry, I will be embarrassing myself right along with you. You guys will get to hear my embarrassing story and you'll get to hear my scary story. But what's the point? Why do I have to work? I don't want to do this, Miss Chavez. I don't like writing. Well, you guys know that middle school is tough. You also know it's important to help others when we can. So once we're finished with our essays, we're going to compile them or gather them into a book. And we will share the book with the fourth graders who are going to be coming into our middle school next year. And hopefully they can learn from our mistakes and know that everyone has bad times and that they won't be going through these things alone. So, how exactly will I be graded? Hard work equals good grade. So, first, let's go over our objectives again. Remember, we want to use our I can statements. So I can write an engaging narrative that follows a typical plot mountain. I can use dialogue to further the plot. I can write using descriptive language and imagery. I can effectively introduce or hook and conclude a narrative. And I can use revision and editing techniques to enhance my writing. And that just means like rereading your essay and checking for spelling mistakes, checking for grammar mistakes, etc. I will be using the 6+1 rubric, which is linked here. I'll go over it in just a second to grade your assignments. Um, Mostly, I will be looking for your ideas, conventions, meaning writing, spelling, grammar, etc. Your voice, I want to be able to tell that it's you writing this, and your word choice. So you might want to look at the vocab slides that we've been working on to think about some words that you might want to use in your essays. All right, let's move myself out of the way again. So this is the 6+1 rubric that I will be using to grade your guys' assignments. Here you can see that we have ideas and content, organization, sentence fluency, word choice, voice, and then conventions. So to get a perfect score on ideas and content, we want to make sure that you're starting to narrow down to the just right topic. You don't want to be writing about it several different events. You want to pick one event, make sure you stay on that event your whole essay. And you want to make sure that you've included more than just the basics. So I don't want only 5 sentences. We're going to be expanding on this. So you need to have a couple different solid ideas that you can write more than just a few sentences on. To get a perfect score in organization, your paper has to have the three main components, which are your thoughts and ideas are in order and they make sense on paper, and there may be one or two places where the placement of details causes some confusion, but for the most part, you want it to be super clear. For sentence fluency, you want to make sure that your paper flows, that you vary your sentence beginnings. They don't all start with I or once upon a time or etc. There's a pleasant rhythm when reading the paper out loud. So to do that, you might want to actually try to practice reading your paper out loud and see how it sounds. That's going to help with the flow. And then you want to vary your sentence length and types. For word choice, you want to vary your words, again, using those vocab sheets that we've already been working on, that your words are well chosen, meaning you choose those words for a reason. You're not just pulling words off the vocab sheets to put them in there to make Miss Jarvis happy. They make sense in your story. And then, of course, all of your words need to have meaning for the reader. They should be put there specifically to help further your story along. For voice, you want to be able to tell who wrote your paper, and you can tell the feelings about the topic or the emotion. Again, showing more than telling. And then for conventions, you want to make sure that 4 or fewer errors in spelling, punctuation, or capitalization. You have 2 or fewer grammatical errors, and that your paragraphing is spot on and that everything is in the right place. And I know that's a lot to take in. Don't worry, we're going to be working on this all semester. Each week we will go over one of these categories and go through your narratives and make sure that everything is perfect. All right, let's move me ahead. Not really a good place for me on this slide. That's okay. So, your assignment for today, you're going to be working on a pre-writing strategy. So pre-writing is a really important step because that helps us know where our writing is going, and it gives us a home base to return to when we might be stuck. Pre-writing also helps focus in on one main point and not having multiple main points. So your first option, because you have 3, is going to be a word list. So if you choose this option, you will write down as many words that come to mind surrounding your event. Just keep jotting down as they come to your mind. Option 2 is a bubble map. If you choose this option, you will put your main event in the middle bubble. Around the middle bubble, you will connect a new idea or detail for an event that's going to follow in your narrative. And then option 3 is going to be to sketch it out. So if you choose this option, you will sketch out an illustration, because I know I have quite a few artists in this class, of the main event of your story, and you can add words or colors as you see fit. Whichever option you choose, you will work on the pre-writing activity for at least 10 minutes. That means you should be thinking and writing and sketching and bubbling for 10 minutes. If you do take a break, I don't want it to be longer than a minute, okay? For options 1 and 2, you can choose to do it on a physical copy or a digital copy using slides or a drawing. If you do the physical copy, you need to take a picture of it and insert it into the Google slide that's attached to this assignment in Google Classroom, and make sure you hit submit, okay? Because I still have to be able to see it. And then don't worry about the story mapping for this part. We will do that on Monday, and we'll be going over Plot Mountain as it pertains to your narratives, which is why you really need to have this pre-writing done by Monday, because that's what you're going to be using to fill out your Plot Mountain. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I will be watching you on Go Guardian. So don't think you can pull one over on the sub because I will be there on Go Guardian watching your screens. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, as always, leave them for me in the Ed puzzle. Alrighty. Have a great day, guys. I will see you Monday. Bye.